do some coloring with my new Color Tip super markers and a new book. I have fallen into that craze. Yes, the cute and cozy craze. And I saw this at the store and I went, gotta pick it up. So I thought I would try this. This is Coloring Heavens, actually, edition of the cute and cozy. So I'm going to look for a few pictures. Ooh, that would be fun. He's fallen asleep in front of the TV. That would be an interesting coloring picture. I want to try and do some coloring and kind of show some of the light that and how it reflects, and then I can pick that up with other colors. So just let me just get the rest of myself organized here, and I can get going. So I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, and oh, there, I see that my screen is kind of sideways for you guys. Now, how am I going to fix that? Probably in the settings. So let me just do this. I'm going to have to go out and fix this, I think. Now, if I do it like this, you can see it, but that's doesn't show much. But all right, I'll turn my camera that way instead. If that's what YouTube wants. There, that's better. Sorry, guys. I cut myself off. Okay, so no, that's not going to work. This is the way I want it, I believe. And I will put you back on my camera without trying to turn the off button on this time. So hope everybody's doing well. You can see I have quite the mess of things on my desk. But I do have my new super tips. Oh, I forgot to bring up my box that I'm going to put them in. Well, this will do for now. Yeah, so I bought super tips and I got this for myself recently, and that's what I've been up to. So this is what I'm going to get up to now. Hi, Cody. How are you? And hi, Ellen. Nice to see you. I'm sorry, my screen is over to the right of me, so I kind of have to look over to see if anybody's chatting. But hi, everybody, and thanks for popping in. So I'm going to see what I can figure out that I would like to do with this particular page. And in this one, I think I'm going to do a little narrow light of the lamp, but I also want to kind of show that the TV's reflecting on this guy. So we're going to have, or I'm going to have, two light lines, and I just put these things in to guide myself. What about you guys? So the yellow lamp, or whatever lamp I decide this is going that way. And then the blue light of the TV is going to kind of be going like that. I think we'll shine it past his feet there. And like that. That's kind of just to give me an idea of where I'm going. So how's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I swatched my new markers earlier today. They have no numbers. So yeah, there we go. That's the colors I'm going to be playing with. So I think because I want to I want to make this yellow. I'm going to kind of color over this area that I've designated for the lamplight to be in a yellow. And then the area that I've designated the blue TV light to be, what do you think the blue screen looks more like? This one maybe? I think so. No, I'll go with this one because it's the lighter one. And then from there I can change it. And I'm going to use that for the lamp light. So I'll get started on coloring those in. And we can chat. So that was 1Y. So yeah, when you get the super tips, these are great. Like I love super tips. You can do with this tip, you can do a very narrow or you can do a very wide way to color. But here I had thought that they had numbers on it, but there's like 6 or 8 with this exact same number. So I'm not exactly sure why. They all seem to be EB 14, 15, 16 or E5B 14, 15, 16 and that. Let's see, here's another one. That says 14. Here's a 14 right here. Oh, that's a 15. There's a 14. Look. Exact. There we go. EB14, EB14. Those are not the same colors. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Cheryl. Well, maybe so, but I've marked them now and I've got my swatches made, so they're not going to be that much of a problem, but just to be more aware of if you do get any of these. So it's school time, so all of the great markers and that are out now. Now this is a watercolor marker. I should put something behind it though. I'll just put this in there for now. That'll do. So I'm just putting in a base layer because I want this lamplight to be represented in this area of my drawing. So what's everybody else up to? This is my problem. I get involved in whatever it is that I'm drawing or doing, and may lose track of my thoughts and keeping you guys in the loop of a conversation. Yeah, I just wanted to come on and see what's going on, and if I'm going to do this, I might as well do this and in front of you guys too, right? I don't know why I put the book there in the first place. I've got a little while to go before I have to start making supper, so this will keep me busy. Oh, and I was over at Janet's channel today too, and I was playing along. I haven't finished with that, but because I was using the watercolor so much, I just wanted to give it a chance to dry a little bit before I went any further. Now, don't know if the lamp light's going to go all the way down to the TV, but it'll definitely go here on just kind of the top of that, and it'll definitely go on the top of this. Might reflect a little bit there. Let me see a little bit there. There. Certainly I'll see. Hi Myra, how are you? Glad you could pop in. I'm just doing a little bit of coloring. Trying to keep busy doing something other than sitting in front of a TV, so. I think that's about where I think that lamplight's gonna shine mostly. More of his legs here, more here. There, that'll do. Then I said, are you? Are you off to get some drive-through food? Ooh, say that 3 times fast. So I said I wanted to do the lighter color. So that was 14B, which is right here. I'm going to do the lighter color as the TV blue light. So I'm looking at this line now where I had been. Once I get it's going to come off the blue light. That's going to come off blue light. Right there. You can't make up your mind. What's your choices? I'm not a big fan of most drive-through places. Was never one to, that's actually behind the TV, so I'm not going to color into the leaf. I was never actually into the, stopping every day and having to get food. And even when my kids were, younger, and you know, that was always their favorite thing, but that was a treat and not a everyday thing for us, so. This is what I like about coloring, actually, is you get lost in the creative part of this all. Everything. Okay. So, you guys tell me, what have you been up to? Did you just go out, Myra, just specifically find food, or were you out shopping, doing other things in the meantime? Today was a day I decided I did not need to go out for any reason. these super tips are actually blending fairly well over such a large area. Now, a big difference, what I'm doing compared to some of the other colors is these actually are water soluble. A lot of people like to use the Ohuhu alcohol markers, you know, Copics, that type of thing. I do have them. I think they're smelly. I think they're expensive. And yeah. I have an Ohuhu marker set that I could have used, I guess, but I wanted to try the super tips, try this lighting scheme, and we'll see where it all takes us. So that's going there. I need a little bit more up here. Still showing that on the TV and the like. Dunkin' Donuts. Did they do anything besides? I guess they serve coffee. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts here in Saskatoon. I won't say Saskatchewan. There might be some down Regina for all I know. I like how that green and the blue are mixing to create this this color scheme here of light. This is a light and how it affects pictures and how you see things. I've been interested in it for a little while, actually. And just seeing how shadows play and the like. That's gonna go, yeah, I think I'll just do the blue all the way up. That's working well. So yeah, watercolor markers tend to not bleed through so much, but you still have to be a little careful with them. Thanks, Jimmy. That's my son on there saying hi. He was outside actually scraping old paint off the garage just a little bit ago. I'd just gone out there to check on him before I came in here to do this. Alright, so let's continue. And you know, this doesn't have to be perfect. See, I'm thinking that the TV is getting this and maybe some of that. A little bit of plant, not too much, because his head's kind of blocking it. Then I'm going to put more blue light on him and on his book, because that definitely would have the light from the TV reflected on it. And yeah, that's going to get a little dark behind the TV. That's a little dark behind that. Behind his head, that's, yeah, also all the rest of that's going to be fairly dark. So there, we got the base down as I would like to do it. And I also want to do some colors on here. So now I'll start picking base colors for certain things. So I want to make a wooden frame. I'm going to use 3B. And then after I finish with the markers, I'm going to get some pencil probably, and maybe some Posca paint, something like that, to help me highlight what I want highlighted, or make white again what I want made white. But these are really simple coloring books, so easy to do one. Get a picture almost done anyways in about an hour. So hi everybody. Please say hi. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you like watching this type of content, or if you enjoy thrifting, because that's another thing I like to do, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So I'm going to finish that. Shall I make that? Probably. No, I'll make the stool that same color. This, I'm not sure what that is supposed to be, but we'll make the stool. No, I can make that a painted stool. We'll make that wood, but I'm going to take a different color. I'm going to take an even lighter color, which is actually more of a golden. Yeah. Kind of a light. Like that. That there. And we'll just continue with that. So what's everybody doing? Just sitting there watching? That's okay. You can lurk. No problem. See, that's, yeah, that went through a little bit. Getting a little heavy-handed on some of these extra juicy markers that I just got, I guess. Okay. Put those out. Let's make the lamp a really light gray to start. So I'm going to take the 2G, at least the base of the lamp. My coloring system, by the way, people, when I say 2G and that, I've had to mark these for myself in my swatch sheet, because the colors that are on these lids, and that's true in most markers, are not the same as the actual marker. Now all this area back here I'm going to make quite dark, but I'm going to get their base colors in, and then I'm going to put a darker color over top of it. Oh, these can go here. Which will make the areas that I've done for the light seem quite bright when we're done. At least that's what I hope. Don't think I need any of this and anywhere else at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. The remote. There we go. Okay. The remote. And let me see. I think. So here's my color choices that I'm looking at. So I think I should do, well, I definitely need to do these green. So I'm gonna let's get a couple of greens out. I like this, and we're gonna go with that. So 7G, 12G, and I think 11G will do, because we've got those back there too. 7G, 12G, 11G. 11, 12, and 7G. So 12 is going to be the darkest. So I'm going to put this one back here at the moment. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure if I like that, because that is definitely covering up that lighter blue. So I'm going to take this instead and go with my, maybe I should take the 9G out. 6, 8, 9, yeah, take this one out, which is my lightest one. And we'll put that on there for now. Oh, it's better. We'll bring these to be closer in color with that by the time we're done. But I don't want to go that dark right now in this area. Okay. And in here, let's take that dark that I had, and instead we'll do this. I'm gonna do sorry, I had the pen in my mouth. See, I kind of left a little blue on the tips of these darker ones here. So it just is picking up some of the light reflected from the TV. Okay, then I wanted to use 7G, which was kind of the bluey green one. That one's going to go here then. It might be dark, but got this leaf down here. It's a darker shade also, but certainly not not as dark as that other green one was. I'm just leaving a little white edge there to show me that I want to put a little bit of the blue kind of reflected in that spot. And then that's a stem. Wah. I think that's the edge of the carpet. So I think that this is a stem, which would make sense. And then that could be a stem. There, 4 stems, 4 leaves. Okay, and then I just want to take that little bit of blue again and do this. There we go. All right. Got that. Now, this is where we gotta make some big decisions here. What color do we want to have the easy chair, and what color should the cat be? Now, we could make him, this is that orange there. And you know that orange and blue are going to just turn to brown. We could make him some kind of, we could make him almost a reddish cat. That would look interesting. Or maybe more down in here, these tones. And then that would make, I could make the chair something like this color would be cute. Let's do that. I'm going to do this kind of red, no, this, the 3R and the 2G, cat and chair. 3R, 2G. 3R is the cat. 2G is the chair. There we go. And I'm not putting away any of my pens at the moment. But that's okay. Those are the ones I've used, so they'll be handy if I need them. Okay. 3R. From this reddy pinky color, I'm sure I can take them in a number of different directions once we get going, even with coloring pencils, pencil crayons. Isn't that funny? In Canada, we call them pencil crayons, and in the States, most are call them as coloring pencils. Don't know why. See how choosing the different colors is important. It'll and shows, you know, what's going to happen when you mix certain colors together. I like this little kitty, how he's turning out. And I see, you can see it on the top of him, how that yellow is brightening him up. So he has more light on the top where the lamp is actually shining on him, right on his top of his legs there. And on the top of his legs there, and on his foot. And then we get out of the light, and that's his color. And you see that it's the combination of the blue and the yellow that is making that odd color in the middle there. I like that. So far, so good. Hi everybody. I see I've got a few people watching, and nobody's doing much talking, but I'm glad that you've tuned in, and welcome in, welcome in. Please sit down, pull up a chair, and let's have some fun in our coloring books. So if you weren't here earlier, I'll just mention what I'm doing. I picked this book up. I've fallen into the cute and cozy coloring fad. And I found this one, and I thought, well, I want to try to do some of these things. Because everybody seems to be having so much fun, like the embroidery and just, trying to, stickers, that was another one I thought would be fun to try in this book. Sorry, I get lost in my thoughts, and I'm not a person that tends to talk to themselves when they do things. I usually am talking to my tools. Like, where did you go? This one was maybe a dark color to start with, but I like the green of the chair, and that I can fix. That'll be up. That will be fixed. Actually, this green is one of my favorite colors. I like blue and turquoise. I like all the colors, but green is one of my favorites. Purple is also a favorite of mine. And, yeah, I like strong colors, emerald colors. Which, that kind of reminds me, I do have a pastel set of crayons. Not crayons. Pencil crayons. Maybe it was with that new tray that I just picked up thrifting. I'll have enough room in there that I can put all my Prismas and Star Joy set in there. Right now I have them all in jars, but I think that I might like to switch to storing them in these like utensil trays. I found a number of them in the thrift stores that are bamboo trays with compartments. So picked up a couple last week that were on the smaller side. They didn't work so much for my pencils, but they worked great in my cupboard where I keep all of my other little bits and things like washi tapes and things like that. And yeah, that's kind of where I like to keep them. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought again, people. Trying to decide what color I should do next. Okay, I think the flowers are going to be pink. 5P, these flowers up here in the painting. That one. There, like that. And let me see. Do I want those flowers too? It might be. Maybe we should make them like an orangey color. Let's try this. What I'm going to do, because this is going to fade a little bit. You can see that the color's going to move back, and if it doesn't, there we go. This I also want here. So I've been on for about 45 minutes. I'm going to stay on a little while longer. Haven't quite finished with this, but I can always come back to it. Did I show you what else I was working on today? I don't think I did. It was over at Janet Young's channel, and we were doing some watercolors. So I've got all my watercolors are in. Right now I'm just doing some doodling, which I can continue downstairs because it's dry. So I can do that in front of the TV a little later and do some things with that. And I can even do this in front of the TV a little later. But I wanted to show you guys. Just how quick and easy this can be. All right, so I got that. Oh, the wood of the stool is what I was looking for, and we're going to try this one instead. This one's a little darker, but it's also behind the chair a little bit, away from the TV. So I'm going to just do that. Just wanted to show a little light reflection kind of just happening there. There we go. That there. Okay. Oh yes, and I want to make the TV and nice brown. I think I could. That's going to be a different color. The front's going to be a different color. The console's going to be brown. Go. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. There we go. That's coming along. So that's got to be the edge of the wall. You think that maybe there's a big carpet there? I don't see any wall over here though, so maybe it's hiding underneath the lamp. That's probably where it is. So I should make that a colorful carpet too. Don't you think? Oh, actually, I am going to have to go, guys. I hope everyone that came and watching enjoyed seeing what I was up to, and I'll pop back on, do more of this type of thing a little more often, I hope. So please come and join me when you can. Give this video a thumbs up before you leave, and please subscribe if you like artsy kind of stuff, crafting kind of stuff, and thrifting. That's the things that I'm interested in, and I am going to try and keep producing videos of the things that I love. So I hope that you all come back and join me again, and let's do it all together. All right? Bye now. See you again. Now I got to figure out how to turn this off.